welcome back, and thank you so much
You're
for being
welcome.
here.
Thank you for having me on.
I am so intrigued by this book, Portraits of Decay.
Ooh.
I love this. And you had me at New Orleans.
Oh, exciting.
It is the place to be. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time down there. Worked on a railroad, actually.
Oh, really?
Going from Chicago to New Orleans on a private cars. And so I got to know the city of New Orleans very well. I spent 4 days down there every week for 3.5 years.
Oh,
so I got to soak in a lot of the folklore, a lot of the culture that's down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so got to talk with a lot of people who speak different languages down there, and so I really soaked all that in, for 3.5 years, and this kind of came out of it. So I wanted to write something about New Orleans, so I started this a couple years ago, just as kind of a short story originally. Actually, it was just I had an idea about someone who goes and sees a witch in a swamp, and
Oh, I love it.
didn't know what I was going to do with it, and it kind of sat there for a little bit. And then I started thinking more about New Orleans. I actually went down there for a visit with my wife, and we were walking around the arts scene down in...
Which is very cool.
Which is really, really cool, because art is a big thing down there.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah, everyone's down there. So we went down Frenchman, and I was looking at a lot of the art down there and on Royal Street, and I was like, I want to write about the art. I think it's really important way to kind of show the city, and I want to do stuff with horror, with the voodoo, and just all the kind of dark folklore that is down there. I wanted to figure out how to mix those two things together.
Love that. So the name of the book is Portraits of Decay, and I'm just going to read you a little bit of the back because this is what got me. It says, Hell hath no fury. It says, up-and-coming young artist Jefferson Fontenot?
Correct.
Okay. Has everything going for him. The hot New Orleans art scene has noticed him, and he's finally found his true love, Nevaeh Parker. But Fontenot's bright future hides a darkness known as Gemma Landry, the artist, lover, and art scene influencer. Gemma believes Jefferson's talent holds the key to her seizing control of the popular Carondelet Street?
Carondelet Street
I'm
Gallery.
trying. Carondelet Street Gallery. But when Gemma discovers Jefferson's infidelity, she enslaves the artist with a poison she acquired from swamp-dwelling witch Mirlande St. Pierre?
Correct.
Oh, man, I am nailing it. Now trapped in a rotting body and plagued by hellish visions, Jefferson finds himself reduced to a zombie-like servant for his unhinged ex, while Nevaeh is forced to embrace her past, hoping to save the man she loves. As the dark curse courses through Jefferson's veins, everyone involved soon discovers, in the most brutal of fashions, the terror that awaits when you cross Gemma Landry.
Oh.
God, this sounds amazing.
It's perfect for the Halloween season.
Oh,
Yes.
any
Very
season.
scary. Yeah.
So I know living down there, like what got you to this story itself? Like what went, I got an idea.
So actually, after I had gone down to New Orleans, I was thinking a lot about what am I going to do with this? Like I have art, I have folklore, I have all this. And a friend of mine, we just were sitting around having a beer one day, and we were talking about it. He's a musician, and he's like, what would you do if you couldn't make your art? Like if you couldn't write anymore, like for whatever reason, and I think a lot of artists, that's a very scary thing. Like to me, that's the scariest thing in the book is if I couldn't be able to do my art, it'd be like taking away my soul or my spirit. Like that's what makes my personality. It's what my identity is. So that's really what hooked me into this novel. And that's where the plot came from, was I wanted to write about someone who, if you stole that away from them, what would happen? And if you used the potion to steal away the power of art to make art.
Well, and sometimes you come across these like creepy, crazy stories, and I'm like, thank goodness you have some way to let this out of your head.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't, I always go back to like Ryan Murphy. Thank God he is able to release those things out of his brain. They're terrifying. So someone like you writing this story, and I love the swamp and the witch and the potion.
Oh, yeah.
That is amazing. So the book is called Portraits of Decay by J.R. Blanes. Now, do you have anything else in the works right now?
So I actually have a novel pitched with my current publisher, Ruodon Books. They're waiting to see. Actually, this just came out on Tuesday. So
this book did?
Yeah, literally just came out.
Okay,
so it's
everybody.
Brand new.
Amazon?
It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble. Or you can go to ruodonbooks.com. Any of those places. I also have the audiobook is coming out. So
Even better.
Yeah, so that should be coming out in the next few days, and you can get that anywhere you buy.
We need to
audiobooks.
support an up-and-coming author with this book right here, Jared Blanes. So the new book that you're pitching, can you give me a little tease maybe? Of
So that
what?
one will actually take place in Connecticut. It's actually in, because a lot of people don't know this, that the witch trials really started in Connecticut. They didn't actually start in Massachusetts. So that'll probably tell you a little bit
Okay,
about what it's about. It has to do
that
with
right
witchcraft
there.
and actually teaching. High school. I used to be a high school teacher, so.
Okay, what did
it's
you
a
teach?
mixed- I taught English.
Okay.
So yeah,
cool.
so it mixed a little bit dark academia.
That is fantastic. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be going to New Orleans in a couple weeks. So I'm very excited about it. And
You
I love
take
the
these books
culture.
with you, and then you can
Yes.
hopefully it'll take you there while you're going there.
Absolutely.
So how much research did you have to do to? I mean, obviously living there 4 days a week, you get absorbed in the culture and stuff. How much research? And did you go into the voodoo shop? So
Oh
like,
yeah, I based the voodoo shop isn't a real voodoo shop in this, but I based it on a couple different voodoo shops,
Uh-huh.
and I also really wanted to talk about what voodoo really is. You know, a lot
Right,
of people
it's not evil.
right. It's not evil. So the evil in this book actually isn't the voodoo.
Hoodoo.
Hoodoo would be the dark.
Voodoo is evil,
Right.
dark, but voodoo itself is not evil.
Exactly. It's a religion. So I really want to talk about that from a character's point of view who, as you'll see, it's a shopkeeper who knows about that and has these arguments with the people who are looking to do the dark stuff with it.
Okay.
And that's kind of, so I did a lot of research on that, but I also did a lot of research. You'll see there's Cajun and Creole speak in it. So there's the languages, and the language of New Orleans, which is a Yat language. So I did a lot of research with talking to people down there, learning how to speak enough of the language where I could write about it. I wouldn't say that I'm
absolutely.
good at it, but that was where like a main part of the research happened. And then I took some studies on them and watched a ton of YouTube videos
Yeah,
on
a
it.
lot of those languages, they're separate languages, but they also blend so much. That French, somewhat of a French dialect, the Cajun, the Creole. They
Haitian, you
yeah,
know,
and it
yeah.
all comes, and even when you think you know it, there's new words coming up just like anything else. But how interesting. So you've got the voodoo, not the hoodoo. I love all this. This is very exciting to me. So I'm very excited. I'm so glad you came. What are you looking forward to most out here tonight besides selling your book? Go support a new
I think I
up-and-coming
love
author.
looking at all the costumes.
Inspire.
People have some really great costumes
Yeah.
out here. They just seem like they're having a really good time. This is we're from Chicago, me and my wife, and we didn't know it was going to be this big. We were kind of like wandering around, like, wow, this is
This is my
really
first year,
huge.
too.
Yeah, so this is a really cool event. I'm really excited about it. I hope to do it again. So.
Oh, that's
I haven't
awesome.
hang
Well,
out
you
there.
are welcome anytime. When that next
Perfect.
book comes out, you are welcome on any of our
Hopefully,
shows.
we'll see how this one does, and hopefully, I'm hoping to have it next year, and I'm working on a third one right now. So
Very, very
we'll have punk
nice.
rock in Chicago. So
Oh, sweet.
That's exciting.
and serial killers.